Okay, breaking developments coming in. Congressman John Katko joins us. Thank you for joining us, sir. You were with Border Patrol in a meeting today. What did you find out about what's going on with the collapse at the border?
Well, thanks for having me. And listen, I started my career 20 years ago in El Paso doing prosecuting cartels. I've never heard it as bad as it is right now. Right now, we know that as many as 8,000 people a day are coming across the border. When Title 42 is revoked, they expect that to go to as high as 18,000 people a day. We also know that because there's such a surge at the Border Patrol agents are not able to do their drug interdictions, and that's why we have more than 100,000 people dying last year of drug overdoses. First time that's ever happened. That number is expected to go up with the surge coming because of Title 42. What people don't know, when I was talked about today with Brandon Judd, the head of the Border Patrol Council, was the cartel members charge at least $4,000 per person. Now get that, $4,000 per person to come across the border. You cannot come across the border without the cartels getting paid. Now do the math. If you have 18,000 people a day coming across at $4,000, that's as much as $2 billion a month in human trafficking money going to the cartels, and is likely much higher than that. So what does that mean? The cartels are getting stronger, they're being more sophisticated, they're diversifying into cyber crimes, and they're also perfecting ways to make even stronger fentanyl in Mexico. And it's all going to lead to a destabilized federal government in Mexico. And once that happens, it'll be the first time in our nation's history when one of our border countries is going to be destabilized. That's all coming because what this president is doing, and it's jaw-dropping.
That's key, what you just said, too, about Mexico getting destabilized, because now we've got three attorneys generals from Arizona, Missouri, and Louisiana now suing the White House over this. Joe Manchin is saying what the president is doing is, quote, frightening. But the White House is on the offense. Again, terrible messaging after terrible messaging on Afghanistan inflation. Now, Secretary of State Blinken is downplaying Biden's collapse of the border. Watch that, and watch columnist David Brooks on this. Watch.
Well, Donna, first, when it comes to Title 42, all along we've been following the science. That's what this is about. So when the CDC and others conclude that the science doesn't warrant that, as is now happening, then we'll take action.
The question is what plan they have in place. And, we're at a rate now where there are 2 million encounters at the borders a year, and it's just flooding the system. One's heart leaps out to them. And yet they're coming in such large numbers, it's probably beyond our capacity to absorb all the people who want to come.
How is it following the science, cramming illegal border crossers into detention facilities? Dr. Fauci says we're still in a pandemic. So which is it?
Well, think about it. You have to, if we're in a pandemic, why are we wearing masks on airplanes? Why are we kicking people out of the military that refuse to be vaccinated? So that argument just doesn't hold weight. And Title 42 is not just about the COVID, it's about any other diseases. And there's all kinds of information we received today about the types of people coming across laden with diseases that you could easily use Title 42 for. The bottom line is that it's going to lead to a drubbing this fall in the elections that's going to tell this administration that the American people aren't stupid and they know what's going on at the border. And I'd like to see how Mark Kelly does this fall when Arizona is flooded with illegal immigrants like they've never seen before. We'll see what happens there.
The Supreme Court's reportedly going to review the president's effective catch and release policy. It's going to take place possibly later this year. Congressman, no other nation in the world does, approaches the border like the White House has been doing. We have an open border. You're not allowed just to walk across any nation in the world across the border. There's been abuse by Central America and South America of the U.S. border, period. There's criminal illegal aliens coming in. Just the last 5 days, Bill Malugin of Fox News reporting we had rapists caught, murderers caught, MS-13 gang members caught. The border is getting abused. It is unfair to the people who do it legally. It's unfair to the women and children who are true asylees and refugees who are getting abused as well, because we've got single males crossing and shoving them aside. The mayhem is wrong. Is this impeachable, what's going on?
I don't know if it's impeachable, but I can tell you what, I think the American people are going to speak at the ballot box about this, because it is an unprecedented change of policy that's going to destroy the fabric of our country. Last year, between the people they paroled into the country and the gotaways alone, well over 1 million people came in. Now, if 18,000 people are coming across the border every day, that's enough after about 40 days for the entire state of Wyoming's population. So think about what's happening. And if there's no remain in Mexico policy, they're going to get paroled into this country. That's the vast majority. That's stunning. Those are the kinds of numbers that people need to get their arms wrapped around.
Congressman Katko, good to see you. Come back soon.
You too.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald. You've been watching the Evening Edit on Fox Business. That does it for us. We hope you have a good evening. Thank you so much for watching, and join us again tomorrow night.